You turned on right now. Yeah.
Are you?
Yeah, I'm turned on.
How come?
Because you're sitting right there with me.
Oh.
Can't follow. Seriously, it's a party going up in here right now. Just licked his...
Sometimes. I feel like we have, similar tastes sometimes.
A lot of
so
people say we're like golden retriever black cat.
Oh,
and
yeah,
I think that's very true.
That's so reportedly uncovered the truth about Justin Bieber and his supposed downfall, and they're blaming it all on his involvement in a cult known as Church Home, led by Judah Smith.
Justin Bieber just cannot stop putting Hailey in awkward situations, and this time, Kendall Jenner is smack in the middle of it. One single photo from a random night at a low-key dive bar had the internet spiraling, and the vibes way too intimate for people to ignore. Let's be real. If Hailey ever scrolled through Justin's phone, and honestly, I doubt she dares, she might stumble on the kind of private convos between him and Kendall that would have fans screaming too close. Not screenshots, not receipts, but that slick energy between two people who are way too comfortable with each other. And fans are convinced this isn't just harmless friendship, it's a pattern. So let's break it down. The photo that lit the match, Hailey's reaction that left people scratching their heads, the sketchy history between her and Kendall, plus all those Reddit deep dives where fans swear something is off. Add Justin's history of oversharing his relationships online, dragging Hailey through the mud without a care, and you've got a mess that just won't stop. Here's how it all popped off. Justin hit up this small dive bar in LA, chilling with some friends, nothing wild, until bam, that Instagram post went live. At first glance, it seemed like a harmless night out, but eagle-eyed fans noticed Kendall Jenner leaning in super close to Justin, whispering in his ear like they were swapping secrets. That picture looked like straight-up body language tea, and the internet devoured it within minutes. The top comments, brutal. One person wrote, "This man shows love to every woman except his wife." Another didn't hold back, saying, "Kendall is always too close to somebody's man." No filter, no sugarcoating, just calling it how they saw it. And let's be honest, the energy in that photo wasn't giving just friends at all. Justin looked way too relaxed while Kendall leaned in like it was their little world. And Hailey? Nowhere in sight. Kendall looked way too cozy with Justin, and Hailey, nowhere in sight. So of course, the internet went wild with theories, and honestly, it wasn't even surprising. Every single time Justin gets caught up in moments like this, fans point out the same thing. Hailey always looks like the afterthought, while Justin and Kendall steal the spotlight. Whether that's the full truth or not, the optics are messy. And let's not forget, Justin and Kendall's past isn't exactly squeaky clean either. But instead of letting the photo fade, Hailey decided to jump into the chaos by commenting under Justin's post. She wrote, "It's always Kendall telling a story with her hands." And while she clearly meant it as a joke, the whole vibe felt awkward, almost forced. It came off like she was trying a little too hard to play it cool when the internet was already tearing her apart. Like, why does the wife need to explain the vibe under her own husband's post instead of actually being the vibe? That's what had people talking. And then Kendall herself popped in with her own reply. "God forbid I'm a visual storyteller." Cute? Maybe. But to everyone watching, it just poured gasoline on the fire. Instead of calming the drama, the back and forth only made the situation look even sketchier. If you ask me, Hailey's comment felt less like a joke and more like deflection. It's as if she knows the internet already views her role in this little triangle as shaky, so she tried to make it lighthearted, but it backfired big time. Because let's be real, the fact that she even felt the need to say something shows she's hyper aware of how people see her. And that awareness just makes the side eyes even harder. And here's where it gets even shadier. This isn't about one Instagram post or one night at a dive bar. Fans have been side-eyeing Hailey and Kendall's friendship for years. Whole Reddit threads pick it apart daily, with some people swearing that Kendall only keeps Hailey around because of Justin. Others claim Hailey always looks like the insecure bestie, while Kendall plays the effortlessly charming pick me role. At this point, their dynamic feels less like a real bond and more like a business arrangement dressed up as girlhood. And let's not forget how this whole so-called besties era even started. People swear Hailey only pushed for that friendship because Justin was already tight with the Kardashian-Jenner clan. And yes, that includes those old rumors about him and Kourtney Kardashian. I'm not gonna fully unpack that mess here, but let's just say Ellen DeGeneres once had Kourtney squirming in her seat during an interview when she brought it up.
Does Justin Bieber help with the kids at all, or?
No, only
That's the rumor. I know y'all are just friends, right? Or are you really dating him?
we're friends.
You're friends.
Yes.
Why are you smiling that way?
We're friends.
You're smiling as if that maybe it's beyond friends.
I've been smiling this whole time since I've been
No,
sitting
no,
here.
not like that. That was a whole different...
That's the backdrop, and it makes sense why being tight with Kendall was Hailey's golden ticket to keep herself tied to Justin's world. If that's the case, then all those BFF goals moments with Kendall suddenly feel fake, like a strategy, not genuine friendship. Especially when you look around their circle, every other girl is a polished, successful Nepo baby with modeling gigs, TV shows, and major brand deals. Meanwhile, Hailey's the one the internet constantly drags as the flop Nepo baby with no standout talent, no unique beauty, no brains worth bragging about. Brutal, but that's how people talk about her online. And Reddit? Whew, they go all in. One of the top comments bluntly said, Hailey and Kendall only use each other depending on who's more famous at the moment. Another theory that fans love to repeat is way messier. People claim Kendall actually hooked up with Justin, yet Hailey still calls her a best friend. Like, how does that even add up? That dynamic alone has people convinced this friendship is less about loyalty and more about convenience. And the stunts don't stop there. At the 2025 Met Gala, Kendall and Hailey literally showed up in matching bestie outfits, acting like their bond was flawless. Cameras caught them smiling, laughing, and when asked if the twinning was planned, they awkwardly denied it.
Matching? I mean, we're similar.
We have a lot of
I
diamonds
haven't
on.
seen her. We just ran into.
Was this planned? So this wasn't planned? You haven't seen each other yet tonight?
No.
Wait,
We just ran into each other.
you both look so amazing and you're matching. So I'm freaking out about that.
Look at you.
Can you tell me about these?
I'm wearing Tori Shaju. She is
Love.
a beautiful British young black designer, and I'm obsessed with her.
Okay, love.
And you?
I'm wearing YSL.
Well, you're a
As
YSL
per
girl.
usual, yes, I'm a YSL
I love.
girl. Yeah.
Okay, wait, I'm like freaking out. This is like besties matching. Does this happen to you both a lot or no?
I mean,
Sometimes.
I feel like we have, similar tastes.
On the surface, it was all love, laughter, and fashion fluff. But for the internet, this just looked like another performance masking something way messier. Because right when people thought this was just about matching dresses, someone slid in with a wild conspiracy theory that set social media on fire. What if Justin, Hailey, and Kendall were actually in a throuple? According to the theory, Hailey allegedly tolerates it because she thinks it keeps Justin's attention. Justin supposedly loves it because he craves variety. And Kendall plays along because, in this version of events, she only really wants Hailey. It sounds like something ripped straight out of a fan fiction forum, but the internet couldn't stop debating it. Of course, not everyone bought into that angle. Others claimed the opposite, that Kendall only ever wanted Justin, not Hailey, and that the only reason Justin is still with Hailey is because she lets him do whatever he wants without ever putting her foot down. Some fans even branded her a talker with no pride. Harsh? Yes. But that's exactly how ruthless the online breakdown of this trio gets. And here's the kicker. People actually dig up receipts to keep the Justin-Kendall rumors alive. Remember that Calvin Klein shoot where Kendall leaned in and low-key licked Justin's face during his interview?
Stop it. Can't stop it. Seriously, it's a party going up in here right now. Just licked his face. That kind of beats
Can't
it
stop
right there.
it.
Can't stop it.
He laughed it off, but viewers clocked it instantly. That wasn't friendly energy. That was flirty. And then came the infamous audio clip that had fans gagging. You could hear a voice that sounded exactly like Justin whispering, "You turned on right now?" With a woman many swear was Kendall replying. He even said, "Yeah, I'm turned on, because you're sitting right there." Like, who even lets something like that slip if nothing's happening?
You turn on right now. Yeah.
Are you?
Yeah, I'm turned on.
How come?
Because you're sitting right there with me.
Oh.
And to top it all off, Justin himself once went live gassing Kendall up, saying how gorgeous she looked and reminding everyone she's always been there for him through the ups and the downs. Public praise like that only fueled the fire, leaving Hailey stuck in the background yet again.
Question, did you see this coming?
See what coming? You too? Honestly, no, I was super like, I didn't know, you know what I mean? Like, I think I hoped.
Yeah.
It's like, obviously, Hales is my lady and my best friend, and like, I like wanted it so bad for both of you, and like, obviously her and I have connected through it as well, and like, I don't know, it just makes me really happy. I said that to you guys at your wedding. I think I started crying, and I was like,
through the ups and the downs, you've always been there. I know you've been there for Hailey, and
of course.
I know if you had to choose, your team Hailey, which is fine. I get it. I've already.
No, I love you both.
Okay.
But, you know, Hales is my girl. Hales is my girl.
Hales is your girl. You guys are.
Nobody twisted his words. Justin said it with his whole chest. That's not fans spinning the narrative. That's Justin himself blurring lines and talking like the three of them are in some kind of shared arrangement. And when you connect all the dots, the shady way their friendship began, the hookup rumors, the flirty moments caught on camera, and the way Kendall and Hailey still act like inseparable besties despite Justin being right in the middle, it stops looking like friendship and starts looking like strategy. And just when the Kendall drama had the internet in flames, Hailey managed to add her own spark. Back in June, she posted one of her signature aesthetic summer dump carousels. Sun-kissed bikini shots, beach vibes, all that Instagram perfect energy. At first, nobody thought twice, until they clocked the caption. It originally read, "Lemon drop martinis and therapy all summer long." Cute, relatable, right? But hours later, fans noticed something different. Hailey had quietly edited it. Suddenly it just said, "Lemon drop martinis all summer long." And that tiny tweak set social media on fire. Fans instantly started speculating, why delete therapy? What was she trying to hide? Many argued she didn't want to feed into the constant chatter about Justin's mental health struggles, since every time she hints at therapy, it becomes a headline. But the edit only made things look more suspicious. People felt like she was carefully curating an image while hiding the real cracks behind the scenes. Hailey basically confirmed with that caption edit that she didn't want people tying her life to the non-stop rumors about Justin's well-being. And here's the ironic twist. Justin himself has been open about therapy. He sat in interviews admitting it, no shame at all.
Yeah, I did. I think it's important that we express our feelings and find that place. I think a lot of people, I think at one time I felt like, who is this person to give me advice? You know, like, what does he know about? And I've just grown to mature past that and just know that, like, it's helpful.
So for Hailey to erase therapy from her own post just shows how hyper-aware she is of public perception and how desperate she is to keep her image polished. Because that's her whole brand, glossy, curated, founder energy. Everything has to look perfect, but these little slip-ups prove she's watching the chatter. She knows exactly how people dissect every move, and instead of leaning into honesty, she trims away anything that might add to the storm. Meanwhile, Justin's mental health has been the elephant in the room for years, and his inner circle only makes the story darker. Back in April, TMZ reported that Justin's former business partner, Ryan Good, raised major concerns about Justin's Church Home in Beverly Hills. According to him, the whole vibe felt cult-like. And if you've been paying attention to Justin's spiraling behavior over the years, it's not hard to see why people were alarmed. TMZ even framed it as Justin's supposed downfall, connecting the dots back to his heavy involvement in Church Home, which is led by Judah Smith.
Reportedly uncovered the truth about Justin Bieber and his supposed downfall, and they're blaming it all on his involvement in a cult known as Church Home, led by Judah Smith.
And guess who's always caught in the middle of all this? Hailey. On one hand, she's trying to project calm, chic, boss babe energy with her skincare empire. On the other, she's tethered to a husband whose faith circle, mental health, and decision-making get picked apart like some binge-worthy Netflix doc. And the wildest part, Justin doesn't even seem to realize how messy it looks. Just scroll back to his posts about Hailey, especially that infamous Vogue cover fiasco. And it's clear he has no filter about dragging her into his narrative, even when it leaves her looking uncomfortable. Earlier this year, Hailey scored what should have been a major win, her very own Vogue cover. A career-defining moment, right? But leave it to Justin to make it awkward. Instead of simply posting the cover with a sweet "I'm proud of you" caption, he went left and dragged up one of their old fights. He admitted he once told Hailey she'd never be on the cover of Vogue. His words, not speculation. Like, imagine congratulating your wife by reminding millions of people that you once told her she wasn't good enough. He tried to spin it into a growth story, saying something like, "As we mature, we realize we're not helping anything by getting even." Sure, it sounds mature in theory, but the damage was already done. The spotlight shifted instantly, from Hailey's accomplishment to Justin exposing himself as the husband who used to tear her down. Fans weren't having it. The comments filled up with people dragging him. One user wrote, "Sadly mistaken, so he's disappointed she got the Vogue cover." Another hit harder. Who needs enemies when you've got a husband like that? And honestly, they weren't wrong. What should have been Hailey's moment to shine became another episode of Justin overshadowing her with his messy oversharing. This is the pattern that keeps haunting Hailey. Even in her biggest wins, Justin manages to twist the narrative back to himself, and usually at her expense. From Kendall Jenner leaning a little too close, to Hailey trying to crack awkward jokes in the comments, to Justin airing out their old arguments like a story time on Instagram, it all paints the same picture. And the wildest part? Hailey keeps trying to clean up the mess. She edits her captions to look polished, drops playful one-liners to make things seem lighthearted, claps back with humor to show she's unbothered. But no matter how hard she tries, Justin always circles back with another moment that leaves her looking like the butt of the joke. It's not just one photo, one post, or one interview. It's a cycle. And at this point, people are starting to wonder if Hailey will ever be able to step out of Justin's shadow. What makes this whole dynamic even more complicated is the history of Justin's public image and how it collides with Hailey's carefully curated brand. Justin has always been raw, unfiltered, and sometimes reckless when it comes to sharing his personal life. From posting rants about his faith to dragging up old fights with Hailey, he thrives on transparency, even if it makes him look messy. Hailey, on the other hand, built her entire identity around aesthetic perfection. She wants clean photos, minimalist captions, curated vibes, and sleek campaigns. When you put those two energies together, it's no surprise that they clash in the public eye. Another factor people overlook is how Justin's fan base plays into this. Beliebers have been notoriously tough on Hailey from day one, constantly comparing her to Selena Gomez and questioning her marriage. Every time Justin overshares or puts Hailey in an awkward position, the comments flood with, "She's not the one," or "Selena would never." That constant comparison makes even small mistakes, like editing a caption or cracking an awkward joke, blow up into major controversies. It's not just about what Justin or Hailey do, it's about the audience waiting to tear it apart. And then there's Kendall, who always seems to slide into the middle of it. She doesn't just add fuel by being photographed close to Justin. She represents the glamorous, untouchable lifestyle Hailey has been accused of chasing. Kendall is effortlessly associated with fashion houses, supermodel status, and A-list credibility. When she and Justin share moments, whether playful or flirty, it highlights the very insecurities people project onto Hailey. Fans pick apart Kendall's closeness to Justin and wonder if Hailey is simply holding on to her bestie to keep her own image aligned with that world. All of this creates a cycle where Hailey's wins get overshadowed, Justin's authenticity gets twisted, and Kendall's presence keeps stirring the pot. It's not just one viral photo or one messy caption, it's years of overlapping narratives that make every new moment feel like part of a bigger, ongoing drama. And the internet? They're never letting it go. It's like Hailey's entire marriage has turned into a full-time cleanup job. She's constantly polishing the image while Justin is the one knocking things over in the first place. So when that dive bar photo with Kendall hit the timeline, people didn't just see two friends hanging out. They saw another chapter in the same exhausting cycle. Justin caught in a situation that looks shady, Kendall effortlessly sliding into the spotlight, and Hailey once again forced into the role of the afterthought. And that's the problem. It doesn't even matter if the moments are staged, careless slip-ups, or just Justin being his unfiltered self. The result is always the same. Hailey ends up looking like the punchline while Justin shrugs it off and Kendall walks away untouchable. For fans watching from the outside, it's starting to feel less like coincidence and more like a storyline that keeps replaying, louder each time. If the last few months are any sign, that cycle isn't slowing down anytime soon. Every caption, every viral clip, every random photo seems to trigger the same debates. Is Hailey really respected in her marriage? Does Kendall secretly hold more influence than she admits? And is Justin even aware of how much he keeps embarrassing the very person he claims to love? At this point, the internet has turned their dynamic into a soap opera, and every post feels like a new episode. And let's be real, you know the next headline is already around the corner. But now I want to hear from you. Do you think Hailey is truly stuck in this endless loop of cleaning up Justin's messes? Or do you think people are reaching when it comes to Kendall and Justin's closeness? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe so you don't miss the next deep dive. And trust me, you'll want to click the next video popping up on your screen. It's packed with even more celebrity drama you won't believe. See you in the next one.